Don't trust me with a red
Right,
button.
ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, that worked. And now, a cutscene.
Yeah.
He's Trance. I'm Succinct and Punchy. That is... Introduce yourself.
It's me here.
I didn't see your name tag.
Oh.
So this is Resident Evil 7. This game has not been out for too long, yet very, very optimized. It's quite a movement-based run, pretty much. The combat in there is it's alright. Yeah. This is definitely the worst part of this whole game, is this 2.5-minute cutscene.
Yeah, unfortunately, this game kind of opens flaccid because it opens with like a 2.5-minute cutscene. Precisely 2 minutes and 33 seconds, I think. Exactly.
0.6.
0.6. This guy. Ha! I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when this game came out, it was like initially one of the most incredibly popular speed games to everyone's surprise. Because just everyone came out, and there was like several hundred runners just out of the blue, and it became like literally the most active game on speedrun.com for a while. And moderating that is a complete nightmare.
Yeah, I had to stop. It was just too much. I was trying to like run and like moderate at the same time. In the end, I was just like,
Still a lot of people play this game. Still a lot.
Is it still a lot?
It's still a lot of active runners. You never would guess it from like the kind of game this is, that this is like one of the premier speed games, but it actually is. Also, there is a reason why the game's in Japanese. He's not just a weeaboo. We can explain it later.
I was actually supposed to change it to English for the sake of the marathon, but
It only saves like
matter.
1 second or something.
1 whole second.
By the way, I want to wish you good luck on the Resident Evil 7, because Resident Evil is a fantastic game series.
I'd be inclined to agree.
Yeah.
So this whole story is basically, Ethan gets a call from his wife, who he hasn't seen for like 3 years, and he's like, "Oh hey, I'm over here. You need to come and save me."
And he actually goes, which is a terrible plan, but
Thinks
you
it's
know,
just a prank, bro, but
he does it anyway.
Goes and checks it out anyway. The absolute madman.
mental. The anticipation is killing me.
And movement actually
And we're
begins.
off.
Whoa. See, this is of a particular interest to me and possibly to literally nobody else on the planet, but everyone does this slightly differently. Trance looks at the floor because he's a frustrated GoldenEye runner in disguise. I just don't look at anything.
Oh,
How can you not look at anything?
I don't know, I just looked in the distance.
You're technically always looking at something.
So this section of the floor here, like this particular section of ground, slows you down as you walk past it. But if, for some reason, you don't sometimes get slowed down, you go fast. And I don't know why that happens, and I don't think anyone else knows why that happens.
no one has a clue.
I think we call it daddy boost when it does happen. I don't
Gotta
know.
go fast.
Yeah.
It's early days, guys. I'm sure they'll figure it out sooner or later.
True. It's a pretty young game. We've had, like, stuff discovered that seemingly has no use, so I reckon there's stuff to be found still. Plenty of stuff.
I was kind of surprised though when this first came out. Was obviously with a new game, people find stuff very quickly, but this was just getting stuff was just getting strange stuff was getting found every day. It was really annoying to keep up with it.
Right, so the purpose of that restart was when you enter the guest house here, your walking speed is capped at a lower value than it would otherwise be, but if you restart from a checkpoint, which you can tell you've hit a checkpoint by, like, there's a visual cue of, like, the planks on the side, but also an icon appears in the top left. Pause the game, hit the retry button, you gain your speed back with no cost to game time, because Resident Evil has always been timed game time, and for this game especially, it removes load times, which are hugely variable, because it is a modern PC game. There's a few of those kinds of restart loose things throughout the run.
Yeah, some of them have different functions. Some of them skip like a full animation. I think there's 2 of them.
They can also be used to manipulate the pseudo-dynamic... let's try that one again, shall we? Pseudo-dynamic difficulty of the game, because the game does kind of have a dynamic difficulty system-ish a bit. in terms of like enemy aggro, and restarts can manipulate that to some extent if you choose to do those strats, which honestly I have no idea if you do.
Don't think so. Can't remember, to be honest.
Can't remember. Excellent.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I get to
since
sit here and silently judge. Right, so this is a skip. Normally, a bloated corpse flies up out of the water and startles the player character, and it's like, ooh, big jump scare spook, because it's all quiet, and then a corpse flies out. If you just kind of stare at the wall and walk past, though, it just doesn't happen, so you don't see the spook. No spooks for you, stream.
It's very spooky.
Damn it.
That was fast. Item pickups. This is how far gone I am, where like someone picks up an item fast and then menus quickly, and I'm like, ooh.
It's pretty good.
That's Resident Evil speedruns in a nutshell, really. It's a lot of tiny things like that.
So this is his wife that he hasn't seen for 3 years, and yeah. He seems pretty shocked. And crying and all that stuff that you probably do.
I mean, to be fair, if my wife disappeared and then came back 3 years later, I'd probably tell her to get stuff.
Yeah, I probably
But
headbutt
I
it.
mean, I definitely wouldn't be crying when I found her. I'd probably yell, but
So, just a question, is the audio actually in like Japanese and the text is in English?
Yeah, the
Yes.
subtitles are in English, yeah.
I mean, you have that option to put the text in Japanese as well. You could even put the language to German and put the text in Japanese. You have many options. Some people do and like mix the languages up for whatever, but Japanese actually is faster, as it turns out, by an insignificant amount of time. But it's time, so you take it.
You kind of need it,
Yeah, in this type of game, yeah.
and it's 1 whole second during a phone call later on.
1 whole second.
Yeah, otherwise this opening section is kind of just auto-scroller E because you can't run past Mia. Even in an open area where she gets out of your way, the game puts an invisible wall in front of you, so you can't run past her.
Basically, you get stuck behind Mia's booty.
Thanks, Capcom.
Like this.
Thank you, Trance.
Yep. Oh.
I'm pretty sure there's like an odd number of shoes like in this room. So someone's missing a shoe. Can physics.
Getting your use out of that physics engine.
Wonder if we'll see this in RT Remake. So it's kind of like this until we get out the guest house and the dinner cutscene.
He's setting his menu up to be on the correct item he needs to use in advance of certain events in the game where he has time to kill in sections like these. So he also threw away an item that's Mia's email, I think, because for some reason that's like a file that is the only file that occupies like actual space in your inventory. Apart from like the treasure photos, I guess, but who picks
Because
those up?
Resident Evil.
Yeah. So he just throws that away so it's not like polluting inventory space for the entire game.
Maybe there's a glitch you can do with it like on Code Veronica. It just came to mind. Yeah.
That'd be great. But
That'd be
unfortunately,
sick.
no.
I feel like
Code
never gonna happen.
Veronica.
Ooh. Yeah, that ESA next year would be great.
I feel like that's probably not gonna happen.
Very quickly, we have a $50 donation here from Wix A. Lamar. It says, that interview was great, Kipo. And we may see further interviews later on. But thank you very much for the $50 donation. Also, a gentle reminder, we are less than $450 away from 75k. So good milestone. If we can hopefully make that during this, that'd be amazing.
So that trigger is done by like just standing in a particular position so that you're like close to the door, but the game thinks you're not looking at Mia because it won't start that if you're looking at Mia.
Speaking of which, we actually had a Resident Evil shift yesterday, where we actually also had bid war of your favorite Resident Evil waifu, where Jill won over Claire. Which would be your favorite Resident Evil waifu?
Ooh.
Claire. Claire.
No question.
Yeah, easy. That's not even you didn't even have to think about that.
People who think Claire is not best girl did not play Revelations 2.
Or
That's-
Code
that-
Veronica.
Oh,
That's my hot
that's a
take.
big mistake, man.
Yeah, no, she's good when she comes back with the sniper rifle and the hair.
Ooh.
Claire.
Chatting casually about waifus while he gets stabbed in the hand.
I think I'll
This
go
is-
with
this is
neutral.
how-
I'll go with like Rebecca or just something like that.
This is how waifus are when they're angry.
Waifu hipster.
This is a
Unbelievable.
So you're actually like supposed to be clicking to save yourself, but yeah, you just don't click and you don't die.
So anyone who found this game very scary on their first playthrough, which, you know, in their defense, so did I, let's ruin the magic of it completely by telling them that it doesn't at all matter what you press during that segment. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, this game is heavily scripted. It's kind of bad for speedruns, to be honest. I think
That's why it's in a speedrun marathon.
You tricked us into getting this game in, didn't you? Even though it's a bad speed game.
Yeah, it's not a bad speed game. It's
well.
How do you do this? Because there's a certain timing that has to be done with this to hit this trigger.
should be good.
You align with the...
Yes, yeah, you didn't see that, did you?
No, you have to teach me that.
Yeah, that's a lifesaver, that one.
That's bizarre. I don't even know what he just did.
Fighting Mia is really simple. Basically, you just hit her with an axe repeatedly, every time.
She did make. Oh, now she's human. She
Poor
did.
waifu.
Weak attacks to the leg.
Rip girl.
Always to the legs. Always to the legs.
Yeah, we're gonna see later on as well. Like,
There's literally the next Mia fight. You literally just hit her in the butt over and over and over.
by the way, do we know who's winning for the donation war between the ending?
We'll just check out. 1 second.
Yep.
So currently in the bid war, Zoe is leading Mia, $14 to $11.
Sorry, okay, someone needs to fix that very quickly.
Zoe's my bae.
Well, please donate in that case and save some children.
You know what'll happen? I'll probably get there and I'll forget.
So
I'll
yeah,
remind you.
with the bid war, basically the fastest way is to save Mia. So right now the slower way is actually winning. Which is
I can't
fine.
remember how to do it.
You get a whole extra.
It's dead
boss.
easy, don't worry about it.
It's
really
fine.
is. It's really easy, but yeah, Mia is.
Snuck the menu in there during the cabinet opening.
Yeah.
That's clever. Your strats are better than mine. Yeah. I don't do half of this stuff.
Yeah, when I stopped running this game, there was actually a lot of stuff I was missing out on. I rewatched.
By the way, we have a donation.
That's fine, yeah.
So there's $20 from Snake saying, "Subtrans Christian here. The meme has come a long way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Good luck on the run and take my spending from Germany.
Yeah.
Solas bitch. Solas a bitch."
Oh, you should look away if you're screen this actually, because your hand's on the floor.
The best thing is you can actually just pick your hand up after this. I mean, as if Capcom thought you had absolutely any purpose for your severed hand. Like.
Speaking of picking it up, we're not going to pick it up. We're just going to leave it on the floor.
And
Takes too long.
it still finds its way back to you in the end. It doesn't really matter too much. It's going to be stapled back on anyway.
My favourite part is how having your hand chainsawed off does no damage to you
Yeah.
whatsoever. Having a knife stuck somewhat near your face does do damage to you, but having your actual hand chainsawed off, 0. No damage.
Nish.
It's because it was done with love, because she's the waifu. She didn't mean it. She's just upset. Jeez.
That's what the waifu does when they get angry.
She just wants some hugs and kisses.
Yeah.
The
This is like actually a real strat. She lands on the floor, you crouch into
Bad,
her,
bad,
get inside
bad.
her hitbox, and preferably the
bad.
game makes an awful noise, and then she dies in one hit because you hit her like 5 million times in 1 second. That trick is possibly tied to the frame rate, possibly not. May just be a hitbox thing we need to crouch into her. I don't get how it works. There are conflicting theories about it. Either way, with the first shot, second one hit like 5 million times, so that was pretty good.
Never happens. Usually, if you get a bad first one, she runs into like I don't know, the corner and just kills you.
That's more particular than it looks as well, so.
So that's the guest house over. Now we got the dinner cutscene. And
Which is
then
the...
So is this what we call family issues?
In a sense.
yeah, it brings back memories. There we are. Hand magically comes back.
It's teleported.
I don't think you can just staple a hand back on like that. I'm not sure if that's how that works.
I mean, I think, isn't it in the storyline that everyone is carrying infection? And that's how he's able to just have body parts
Maybe? I care
put
about
back on. I mean, it's how Lucas has his hand cut off right now. He's technically infected.
So was Ethan infected?
It regrows. Yeah, I think if you read the files,
You can tell which one of us hasn't read the files.
Yeah.
there are, well, I didn't read the files. I just watched a playthrough of someone reading the files. Yeah, they're all technically infected. That's how they can just cut limbs off and. Put
Oh
them
my
back on.
god.
Yeah.
Maybe Ethan becomes a monster in like not a hero DLC, which is coming out in spring 2017, guys.
I actually really, really love Lucas. Everyone hates Lucas, but he grew on me. He's like a psychotic little cinnamon bun.
Yeah.
What is he actually trying to feed him?
You don't
Good
wanna
food.
know.
I think it's actually intestine.
Miscellanea Viscera.
I mean, if you look pretty close, it kind of looks like pig intestine.
I mean, if someone handed me up that for dinner, I'd probably rather eat the knife.
Well, yeah.
It's like the in-engine cutscenes are very pretty, and you can move around in them as well, like to some extent you can move the mouse. That's all very good. Unfortunately, this comes at the expense of not being able to skip any of them.
And then we've got little grandma over here.
In fairness, that is like one of the longer unbroken segments. Once you're out of this, it's pretty much just gameplay.
Yeah.
From this point on for a pretty long time.
It's good old remember the muscles.
Early game in this is kind of a drag, but, you know, once you get out of early game, ooh, speedruns.
Hope my save is. Oh.
Do this one. That apparently. Crouch very slightly, run past, pick up the key. Again, that's the thing where everyone does this slightly differently.
Yeah, that's alright. Unless he runs after me now and cuts my leg off. Which is a problem.
Can happen.
But it's fine, you just staple it back on. And put some juice on it.
Yeah, you're fine, you ain't doing the thing. I'm gonna do couch roll call one more time because chat still seems to be confused about it. The runner, uhTrance. That's not me pausing. His name does have an in it. uhTrance. I am succinct and punchy. Yes, I did the Freedom Planet thing at SGDQ. Please stop asking.
Yeah, rap god.
It's Mia here.
Hi.
She streams.
She's here.
Yeah, I do stream, yes.
Yeah, she speedruns Code Veronica. Pretty good. Hey, Nems.
By the way, a little question,
Yeah.
because I'm a little bit curious. You know they have made a VR for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you actually want to play that?
I have played it. It's not that great, but
Yeah, I was supposed to go to an event in London to do it, but I got bailed on.
I've seen people do runs with VR on, and like fundamentally, it's slightly better than playing on a controller.
That's kind of cool.
Slightly. But then, because of the VR thing, where in order to like get past transitions without making the player feel motion sickness, they kind of make the screen fade to black and then fade to white every so often. It'd be like the easiest thing in the world to splice.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine spliced VR speedruns. That would be
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Don't be telling these people. Come on.
Spliced VR Resident Evil for next year then.
Yep.
I just love to imagine the balls of the person who actually tries to do that.
Yeah, it's a new game plus. Loads of people in chat are asking. It's a new game plus run.
Yeah.
The main differences between new game and new game plus is that you have infinite ammo and the circular saw, which is incredibly overpowered. It's generally a lot easier.
You also have the Albert handgun, which is like a very powerful but kind of like pinpoint handgun, so you have to hit your headshots. I've ran both New Game and New Game Plus, and funnily enough, the New Game Plus handgun is harder to aim than the weapon you use for most of New Game, which is a shotgun. Try missing a shotgun at point blank range and tell me how you get on. Handgun, one shot, enemies are all noodle-limbed douchebags, so they're kind of hard to hit when they go bleh.
It's really awkward because the Albert is the equivalent of the rocket launcher.
Yeah. Not as satisfying as a rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's very bad. This guy's called Deputy Shovel, by the way. We'll see why in a minute. Although I think his real name is David. I don't know.
We gain the
Just a
knife,
guess.
and we need the
Did
knife
they
to cut
actually
this
tell
thing
you
off.
his name at
Probably
any
not.
point? Because
He just looks like a
don't.
David.
I don't know. He looks like a David. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's the last time we ever used the knife.
こんなとこ早く出よう。いいか、まずこんな夜中一人で何をしてるのか説明しろ。俺があんたもこれは仕事だ。いいか、本当のことを話すんだ。質問に答えろ。言っても信じるわけないさ。答えろ。シャッターを閉めるんだ。
If people ask in the chat, any percent is NG plus because
It's
some people are
fastest.
memes. Yeah.
Because it's fastest.
And that.
So he does that to do a lot of damage, like straight away, because he'll
you're
only
gonna
get
like
in
this
the
strat as
car
well,
after a
if you haven't
certain amount of
seen
damage.
Hopefully I don't mess this up.
That's pretty good.
I feel like I'm gonna mess it up.
So yeah, you are once again, I'm not even sure what we're doing. Oh,
Yeah.
that was fast. I see, he hits the right wall instead of the left one.
Yeah.
This all sounds really obvious when said out loud, but like I don't...
This is all kind of like.
These are all kind of new strats, relatively speaking at least.
I don't think there's anything else that's gonna come out that's gonna be.
What's the reasoning behind that?
So, the old strat, the car used to go as a left wall, I think, and then once the car blew up, it'd blow you kind of like close to the ladder. This ladder that has a random trigger or something like that. They spin the mouse so that instead of being facing away from it, I kind of face like sideways towards it. So I could potentially get a fast trigger. It's all kind of I don't really know. Hate that ladder.
So we have another $20 donation from Signal Error, who says, first time viewer of ESA and I am impressed. So much better than other events I've seen in recent memory. Thank you for helping to save children and speedrunning all in one go. P.S. Chat, you know you want to donate, even if it is just a tip. Hungry tag. Thank you very much for the donation.
I didn't pick
Signal
up,
Error.
did I?
You didn't pick up the ox statue.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a new one.
It's fine. It's RNG manipulation.
So what's the car key for?
RNG
Not
manipulation.
even supposed to have it.
It's very important to forget it, I assume,
You
because
have
that
to
makes the run safer.
You're gonna have to climb back up the ladder now.
I mean, it was a really great ladder climbing sequence.
I'm not living this one down.
Oh my god.
Ever.
Oh, that was good.
I didn't even notice because you just sort of
I-
autopilot through this bit.
Ooh, that was good.
In before you guys discovered that climbing that ladder twice manipulates something later in the run.
Yeah, if I clip for a wall now, it's you know, it's all planned. I mean, when I was getting towards this door, I remembered I didn't menu, and then I opened the menu and didn't even see it. So get rid of the car key because we don't actually need it. All right, back to the run. So we get the clock pendulum now.
That item pickup delays for some reason for when you actually hit it. So like you can turn around, start walking away some distance, and then it's like you got the clock pendulum, and I don't know why that one delays.
do.
Do you?
Oh, new strats, by the way.
Because I don't.
Like, close. Okay.
I know this one.
Nothing.
No strat. Never mind. Doesn't exist.
It's to do with the clock. It's to do with
Ah, so you do this one. This is done to manipulate the dynamic difficulty that I was talking about earlier, because if you just run in here from, like, not having restarted in a while...
RE7 has the dynamic...
It does.
I did not know that.
It does. His aggro, like how aggressive he'll be, will be different depending on whether or not you've restarted or not.
Oh.
Restarting makes it a lot easier to just budge him the hell out of the way.
I actually did not know that. Oh.
I told you the aim of this gun is kind of
yeah. I'll
tricky.
shoot this guy a lot and run around this way. It's also RNG manipulation if you're awesome.
Yeah, this particular strategy is more consistent if you do the restart beforehand, but restarts themselves are not intrinsically faster, because that restart puts you in pretty much the same place as where you restarted from. You lose like a second or two to the game loading back in, but then it's worth doing because then the strat will work instead of failing sometimes somewhat arbitrarily.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead, yeah.
Nice.
So what we just done there was we got him to like follow us down there so that he wouldn't come through the wall and cost us like 6 seconds or so.
Yeah, that's what the strat is all about. It's kind of a timing manipulation aggro thing, and sometimes he's like super duper aggro and like will follow your ass really intently, which is what the restart is for. Shadow puzzles are fixed. They always start in the same position, so you can pretty much always tilt in vaguely the same direction and get the same result every time. It took me several months of running this game to, for some reason, work that out.
Really?
I'm very slow in the head. This retry is intrinsically worth it because the checkpoint, like, you hit it from there, but you restart here. So that just teleports you forward. But no speed boost required, you just move.
Yeah, it just gives you some extra space.
Okay, so we have a $3 donation, anonymous donation, that says, "Why aren't koalas actual bears? They don't meet the qualifications." Yeah.
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 It's a bad pun hour.
Oh dear.
So this is a puzzle. We're not going to look at the thing that actually tells you what the puzzle is, we're just going to do the puzzle and get a key. Resident Evil speedruns. We don't look at puzzles. Luckily, I don't think this game has no randomly generated puzzles.
Which is great. It's not RE3. Thank you, Jesus.
Some Resident Evil games do.
Yeah.
My experience with this stuff is Silent Hill, where some games have randomly generated puzzles and some don't.
Randomly generated puzzles are literally Satan. I can't process them all.
Talking like key codes mostly in the other Resident games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has got one which is kind of a meme. It's kind of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of relates to RE3. Or an Easter egg, kind of.
This is a boss fight.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna mess it up.
Really?
Like straight away, with the proper timing. Plant a bullet in the head. The timing on that is remarkably specific, because if you're slightly late, you get grabbed and then he throws you, and then he can like throw you
that's
like you're playing a fighting game.
Basi-
Immediately grabs the chainsaw. That's pretty good.
This is where you see here how completely overpowered the Circulosaur is. Like, it's ridiculous. Look at it. Look at it go.
Okay, I've redeemed myself with a good fight.
Clean 2 cycle.
Once you unlock the Circulosaur, your life is just going to be 400 times easier to do everything.
You can't use the chainsaw immediately. It looks like you can. You can't.
I think
There you go.
the zombie version has changed over the courses of Resident Evils.
Yeah, they've gotten worse. A lot worse. It's turned
They're
from...
not really zombies anymore.
I mean, just a little bit.
I think it's gone from zombies to blobs. And then, like, similar blobs.
Fair, the infection has changed. It was originally a virus, and then it went to a parasite, and then it went to... Yeah, basically, it's not. They're not zombies anymore. It's something completely different now.
I don't even know what the lore is.
I do, unfortunately.
I'm so
I think that makes
sorry.
you and no one else.
I mean, the blob was kind of a good explanation on how they are now.
Sure.
that key opens shortcuts. I don't actually think you otherwise need it to complete the game. It's just useful for going fast.
Oh, the scorpion key?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a required door.
No.
No,
It's just shortcuts, I think.
Actually, you can go back through the left way for
opens
this
the
one.
shotgun door, but you don't need it for the speedrun. Do you need the shotgun? No.
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 Game plus. Don't need any weapons that we don't
Oh,
get from
yeah,
boxes.
new gameplay. Okay.
You don't even get that shotgun at least on new game. You get the other shotgun. 'Cause there are 2 shotguns, don't you know? Pro Resident
Yeah.
Evil 7 tips.
So I don't understand that for new game. I'm pretty sure the how much more damage is the 2-shot one do? Is it
A
double
lot.
damage?
A lot more.
Because I remember when I done the I tried to route it and
That's
used
in
the
the-
I used the standard one, but I managed to do Margarite in 10 shots. But then anytime I tried it with the powerful one, it was still 10 shots. So I was kind of confused. But I think that's difficulty manipulation or something.
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually tried to route new game properly at all. I did like 2 runs of it.
It's probably the funner category.
So when in chat just said what happens if you try and shoot grandma, that's how you kind of know there's something a bit iffy with grandma, because you can't put any weapon anywhere near her. That was the first thing I noticed in the game. You can't even stab her, like not in the leg or anything. You just can't. You can't even get your gun out near her. It just automatically aims down. So. That.
So when you're outside the house like this, you run ever so slightly faster, like imperceptibly so. But then it's not imperceptibly slow when you reach about the halfway point along this walkway, and slow.
There we are.
And suddenly we start walking again.
I was genuinely quite upset that you couldn't stab grandma. At some point, you're gonna realize she really does deserve it.
Yeah, she's a proper grandma.
Local speedrunner disappointed they can't stab the elderly in video game.
Exactly. Save the children.
Yeah.
Well, not the grandma.
This.
So. Spiders all over the door. The general thing is that you could either slowly knife them off or walk your, like, around to the other room to open the other door. Or do that. Just circular saw them off the door. We have no time for spiders.
I got another one of these spider puzzles. Or shadow puzzles, rather. This one's just the spider.
With a spider.
First 2 are very easy, but the last one is just, like, ridiculous. It's so annoying.
I actually quite enjoyed the shadow puzzles. That's another lore thing. They were actually, I think, if you read the files, it says somewhere that they were built by the same dude who done the thing for the Spencer Mansion in the first one. I always thought maybe it was something Lucas done, because Lucas is you know, Lucas is
He
an
does these
inventor.
things.
Lucas is an inventor. He builds traps. He's a little bit crazy. But no, I don't think that's actually the case. I feel like that would have been a better explanation because he lives there and he's nuts. But you know, no.
Wish I studied the lore as much as you.
Well, I played the game a lot when it first came out, and I wanted to get all of the trophies, so I had to read the files.
Is that actually a trophy?
The files?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't remember. I didn't get all of them. I got to there's one for doing the game in 3 item boxes or less, and I got really aggravated and gave up.
I think that means you can't use any until like really late.
Take a line through here so that Margaret doesn't notice you, even though you
Yep,
walked
but
straight
she
in her
noticed
face.
me.
She did notice you. I don't really know what to tell
This is
you
bad.
about
I'm
now.
just gonna kill everything here. Probably gonna get hit by a bug here.
The bugs are the worst part of this game. The worst.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes, she just kinda.
She's just kind of hanging out there now.
Just run around, Margaret, and then knock her down, I think.
I think you can actually.
You can.
No, you can knock her down, I'm saying, but you don't.
Yeah, it'd be slow.
No.
So
You can.
it starts like a cutscene.
Cutscene?
Yeah, if you knock her down, she like picks you up and then runs off or something. Might be slow.
If you listen to this in English, he calls you a shitcock, which is very insultful.
Insultful.
Saltful.
Insulting.
English.
Oh, I'm gonna stop correcting people on things now and be quiet.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's supposed to be a boss fight. But you can kind of just plant shots into her immediately so that she doesn't really get a chance to do anything or move.
On the harder difficulties, Margarite is actually pretty gross as a boss fight, but because this is New Game Plus and it's on easy, it's significantly simpler.
Still pretty easy on the New Game one.
That's what I just said.
I've not seen that restart before.
I was saying it's harder on Madhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you looking at me with all this confusion. Like, what are you doing? So, strats.
Yeah.
So for the door, you just reset and it puts you a little bit in there. I don't even know if it saves time. And for the other door, you just kind of stand and look at it.
Based on how much time you're in proximity to the door, not how close you are to it.
Yeah, it's just how long you look at it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know who figured it out. But yeah, so, yeah.
I'm learning a lot here today, folks.
いやまだだ2階を調べてそれじゃあ探してみて見つけたらトレーラーで会おう
Because I looked too far to the right there, we didn't get to look up Margarite's skirt.
You don't want to look up Margarite's skirt.
You're going to have to anyway, I'm afraid.
You really don't. That is not a skirt you want to be looking up.
It's legitimately part of the strat for this boss fight.
Yeah.
And it's so grim. It's
So if there are any children, you need to save them and get them out of your room.
And while you're doing that, get some donations in.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So again, like this boss fight, everyone does this differently, and so far you've done things that people don't do differently, so I'm wondering how you're going to do this.
I missed.
That missed apparently.
There was only one miss.
See, there's a thing like you can do damage to her while she's in that phase, and you look up to prevent her from spawning up there, but away from the corner, because she won't spawn if you're looking at a spot.
So basically right now she can bounce back or she can stick to the ceiling. If she sticks to the ceiling, you lose time
Yeah,
like that.
sticking to the ceiling is slow.
There you go.
If I'm totally honest with you, I don't really know what determines whether or not she gets on the ceiling or not, or whether or not she just dies politely.
Damn it, Margarite, you couldn't have
What? She's not even dead.
Choice is like a
got stuck in the
spider
corner.
thing.
You can. That's why you don't want to look up Margarite's skirt. That right there. But yeah, she didn't die politely. She stuck to the ceiling and then decided to hide behind the washing machine, which I haven't seen that before.
Maybe the missing outlet shot, I don't know, but like I think her invincibility just starts super early, because sometimes you can like saw her in the crotch for like several seconds longer than you definitely need to as far as the damage values are concerned. And she'll still just jump on the ceiling. It's like she's definitely ignoring damage somehow, but I'm not sure where.
Saw her in the crotch? What the hell?
Welcome to Resident Evil 7. Enjoy your stay.
It's brilliant.
That's the strat. You saw someone in the crotch. What do you want from me? There's no way to make that sound good.
The bug-infested crotch. That's literally the only way to
I can't be
describe
bothered
it.
to sanitize that. Do you see what game
At
you're
least
playing?
it's a girl then, so it won't be as painful.
I'm glad
pretty
you agree with
sure
that.
Taking a sword to the crotch would be painful for anyone of any gender, but I mean, hey.
And if you're just tuning in, welcome to ESA After Dark.
Yeah. So we're just doing a little bit of running now, so we got some time for the donations.
None yet at the moment, although I have to say we are about $350 away from the next big milestone of 75k. So pretty close, guys. Keep them coming.
So now we're going to get an arm for a vaccine. Yeah, an arm. You heard it.
After being interrupted by a little girl, because this is where the game kind of starts to go a bit fair.
It's kind of when you get the real storyline coming out. Yummy.
I think I'd rather Margarite, to be honest.
Uh,
Can I pick Margarite as best Resident Evil waifu?
yes.
Okay,
Oh.
that's what we'll go with.
Isn't that just only one game, so I don't think that counts?
The shots are hard to hit when they're so noodly limbed like that. Yeah, being accurate with this weapon is harder than it looks, especially because bullet spread exists when you're moving, which is a mistake.
Yes, that's
I
didn't even know that was a thing. I always thought it was centered, but I'm wrong.
No, it is not. I tested this myself once by just strafing at a wall and just shooting. It goes up and down and up and down. And it's great. It's groovy. It's better on the Albert than it is on some other weapons. The handgun goes all over the place.
Does it?
All over the place.
By the way,
It's not
guys,
even within the crosshair.
I should mention that Mia has now overtaken Zoe. Mia is winning by $31 to 14.
Oh.
Is there a cutoff for this bid war?
Soon. It should be soon, realistically.
All right, let us know when you want to cut it off, and I'll tell you what the result is.
Yeah, can you cut it off now? That would be great.
He's lying. It's in like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, give it like 15 minutes, and then
It'll be at the end of the Jack 3 boss fight, so...
Yeah.
at the end?
15?
Oh, yeah, it's at the end. Yeah, I thought it was before.
No.
15 minutes?
Okay, guys,
there
so-
is some time left on that.
Okay, so if you want to see more Resident Evil and Troll trance bits, then get your donations in for Zoe. But if you want to secure Mia's victory, then get donations in for her instead.
Oh, you could go for Zoe, and then I can go overestimate. I can blame it on that.
You won't struggle with what happens with Zoe. It's easy. I hope.
It's
Yeah, but I can still blame the overestimates.
I mean, it's
I won't
gonna
let
take
you.
like a minute.
Yeah, I can't shoot her.
But yeah. You can't do anything with her. I tried so hard.
Was this before or after you finished the game?
Before, on my first playthrough, I was just like, why can't I shoot this woman in the face? What's going on?
This is a deputy shovel with no face, and even instinctively just puts his hand down his throat. Yeah. Oh, key.
Pleasant.
Nice. So we're gonna try a little bit of a strat here that never really tried it too much.
The fast door opening where this... You have to mash really hard.
Is it fast mash? Is that
Fast,
what's
it's
based
a
on?
very fast mash.
I thought it was positional based.
It's both.
It's both, okay.
You have to stand a certain distance, and you also have to mash way faster than you normally do, and for some reason that door will sometimes just fly open immediately. Nice headshot.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. No.
No, you're fine.
I've been like this the whole run. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
aiming the guns hard.
Got that EU aim.
It's harder on console. I don't know how people on console do it, I'm not gonna lie. Control for this game seems like a nightmare.
It is. It's gross. I played it on console first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for you.
I wouldn't
Just
say
because of the controls.
I wouldn't say, no, it wasn't difficult. It was just different.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
The shadow puzzles are rather particular about where you actually have to put them for them to count. That one in particular is kind of pickier than most.
That one, yeah.
It'd help if I actually knew what that was a shadow of.
It's a person holding an axe.
Yeah, that.
I always thought it was like a baseball bat.
Why would they
Yeah, old
be
big
in a
old baseball
village
game.
holding a baseball? Okay.
Have you
alright.
seen a game of baseball in your life, Trance? It's a blunt object, whereas an
Yeah,
axe
it
is
doesn't
sharp.
have a big sharp bit on it.
I watched some weird baseball.
Where they apparently play with axes.
Yeah, like throw trees and stuff like that.
Oh, the one drop. like normally when you drop down, you're very liable to land on the upper ledge and have to drop down again. If you take a precise angle, you drop down once and only once. I call that one drop, and I think literally nobody else does. I think that's exclusively a me thing.
Yeah. Should trademark that for when I use it.
I named it a trick
Yeah.
because I wanted to name something. So I chose that one.
Did we ever figure out how to get the Jack 3 to just, when you saw his last eye, to just go in straight away into the sea or the war?
No. I have no clue.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't. You hit him in the head, but apparently that didn't count. Yes.
Really? That was neat.
You're good.
Yeah, apparently they can't hear you though. I should have just run past them actually.
You can get owned pretty hard by those crawly guys if they want to.
This is
Partially lucky.
this is where we get to see a little bit more of the psychotic cinnamon bun Lucas.
This is probably the most obnoxious cutscene in the game. It's really long and involves a dude heavy breathing into your ears the entire time.
Yeah, there's
Do we have donations?
There's Lucas there.
We do indeed have one donation. It's an anonymous $5 donation that says, "I'll choose Mia just for Mia."
Aww. Thank you. Although I picked Zoe in my first playthrough, so I'm sorry. I thought Mia was kind of not a nice person. I mean, she cuts her husband's hand off. And
Disappears for
yeah,
2
and then
years.
disappears for like 3 years. And Zoe is kind of nice because she like staples her hand back on and she like gives you little tips and she's nice.
I mean, we all make mistakes.
Wasn't that the guy that got his hand cut off?
Yeah, it's fine now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's funny how his hoodie is still intact.
As I was saying, virus regeneration, he had his sleeve rolled up.
Did he?
I think so. That made you think.
Still thinking.
Yeah, regeneration. That's where his arm's back. It's how he's pulling his fingernails off right now, and he's not feeling anything.
Maybe his hoodie has the
We were going to question that.
his hoodie has the virus as well. For those in chat, this language is Japanese. It saves a whole second.
Not even on this cutscene, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
No.
On the plus side, you do get to appreciate how remarkably good the dubbing is in different languages in this speedrun.
You kind of get bored of English like after you run this like 5,000 times.
Because it's well voice acted in English and in Japanese.
Everything else, you should go get English Steam account.
I'm not just saying that because I'm a weirdo. I do actually in Japanese, haha.
So in this section we've got loads of bombs because Lucas is a maniac and he likes to build things.
There are bombs that explode, you don't get hit by
Yeah.
them, so you shoot them out beforehand. Or in this case of this one, you can just hold your hands in front of your face. You can block bombs with your bare hands. This is my favorite strat.
Well, to be honest, isn't everyone in that family like a little bit of a maniac?
No, actually. They're all under the effects of the virus, and that's why they're nuts. Lucas actually
I
is just
missed that one.
nuts. Like, he is just nuts. He was nuts before the virus. He's nuts after the virus. Everyone else is just infected.
Okay, so like this glowy stuff around the edge of the screen means he's on like death hit, but it goes away after a while. The game has like mild, very mild regenerating health to some extent. You get off death hit after a while, but you don't heal back anymore.
Actually,
Yeah, it's gone now. Get rid of everything that's not a New Game Plus item.
I forgot what to get rid of. Done all you have to do it in.
Backseat gaming.
We have a donation, by the way.
That's fine, yeah.
$25 from Anonymous saying, "Loving the run for the So Troll."
Oh no. Please don't do that.
So apparently the So is actually in the lead at the moment.
Sorry, how much?
$39 to $36.
Oh yeah, we're doing bad ending.
I'll be banned and if I die right now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
No, it should be fun though. Unless there's crawler.
The thing is, when you're on death hit like this, you walk a lot slower as well, so like that loses more time on top of it just being inconvenient. It goes away on its own eventually, though. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it just isn't only like 20 seconds slower, and you get like a crowbar and you just hit me with it.
It's not that much slower to do the other end. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Finding on health in the box, huh?
Wow.
That's brutal. So yeah, like drops from boxes are kind of pseudo random-ish. They tend to base themselves on your current game state. Like if you have a lot of ammo, you get health instead of the other way around. If you have low health, it tends to spawn health, but sometimes you don't get anything.
Oh my.
Yeah, that puts you into death hit as well, even though I don't think that can actually kill you.
Oh, that's awful. I didn't feel that done damage.
So yeah, when you discard New Game Plus items from the inventory, they are not discarded. When you usually discard items, they disappear forever. They don't even drop them on the floor. But New Game Plus items go back to the box, so you can pick them up again later. And we need to discard all our items in order to get into an area, because the game won't let us without dropping all our items. So we do that to minimize time spent fiddling around with the item boxes.
What's the code for this? I forgot.
1408.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think she knows, because I don't.
You don't really have to remember it because it's stuck onto the dude, but yeah, 1408.
Yeah, if you try and guess any codes here, then they all change. But if you don't guess anything, it's always 1408.
Yeah, you can't input the code early. You can't just walk up to the door and put it in, because then it will change the code that it is.
I should get full heal.
No, the blood splatters just go away. It looks like you get full heal because the blood splatters disappear for this segment. You are still on death hit, or like low health.
Will the bomb kill me now?
No. Doesn't do any damage.
Doesn't do any.
Unless you let it hit you.
Or if you block.
Nah, fine.
So we have a $4 donation from Herr Alistair, who says, "Not a fan of Mia, but I like the runner, and can somebody tell me why Pac is eating noodles on the second stream instead of doing his hosting job?" Well, we can't tell you that.
That does sound like him.
Yeah, exactly. So, probably because Pac. And, you know.
He does what he wants.
Exactly. We also have a $50 anonymous donation that says, "Rip Zoe, shout outs to Kate." So thank you very much for the donations, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Try to put a candle in the valve handle.
Works sometimes.
So you'll be happy to know that Mia is currently $51 ahead of Zoe.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's thanking you so he doesn't have to deviate from the route that he already knows.
Yep.
It's
From what I do know.
It just adds on a whole unnecessary fight. It really doesn't change the ending that much at all. I mean, except for the addition of Mia. It's so, like,
Yes, he does blood splatters.
pointless.
It's not even that sad anyway when you kill the wife.
You don't feel bad because she's been so horrible all the way through. You're just like, oh, okay, bye.
Now,
Get
I
out.
promise you, if you block this, you won't die. Trust me.
Will I go into...
So
I promise
punchy,
you.
says
I don't-
punchy
I
as
don't-
we die.
I don't even know if you're going to death hit or not. I've done this before.
I don't
Trust me.
think I'll get anything. I think it's just a...
Yeah, easy. So yeah, you don't need to even move out of the way of that. You can just block it, and it does.
Damn it,
No
punchy.
damage.
We should have trusted you.
I didn't lie. Why would I lie about speedruns?
My key's broken.
People lie about weird stuff.
I'm enjoying chat reactions, but excuse me.
I had to grab some health in the...
one will probably spawn in the box. Probably.
Oh, the one to the right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
I never fall by the box. I'll know when we get there.
Hey, health. Good spawns.
I'll definitely take that.
Good ones.
Nice. This guy sometimes hit you. Very, very rare. Never seen it happen to anyone else. He's just hit me a couple times.
It's happened to me a couple times as
Is
well.
it?
I can vouch for that.
That was... look, he has the bullet mark in his head. How did he not die?
Iframes. Fail spawn. There's supposed to be an enemy that drops down from the ceiling there, but sometimes he chooses not to show up. I don't know why.
That's pretty weird. I was gonna say that was.
I call that fail spawn in my grand tradition of naming things that no one has decided to name.
I think it might have something to do with the first guy being too far back.
Possibly. So yeah, this is Zoe, because this is what you're donating for, people. And actually, the cutoff for this is about
3 minutes.
ish, because this boss fight, once it ends, we'll call it.
Yeah. So if someone wants to drop like fat one for Zoe, then yeah, you'd be a troll, but saving children.
Yeah, now is probably the time to do that.
That's a problem. How do I menu? This is wrong, but
Okay, so people have played a video game once before in their life. See if you can tell where you're supposed to shoot this guy to do damage to it. If you said the giant, like, glowing orange eyes, congratulations, you know how Resident Evil works. But for a speedrun, you have to hit the eyes in a particular order, in a particular way. Because there is one eye that's kind of a ball ache to hit because it's on like the underneath of him, and you only get like a window of opportunity to do it now. Dead shot. Well done. That is harder to do than it looks. Trying to sneak in the extra shot on the head there. And then you just kind of circular saw stuff. Get extra damage on the head wherever you can. Good shout.
this is an alright fight if I can not get stuck here. I didn't get stuck, so it should be good.
When he's like reeling from every time you blow up an eye, he's like sort of temporarily damaged and vulnerable for a bit. So the circular saw, that is about as fast as you can do it if you just repeatedly circular saw him to death.
I'm lucky I got the reloading in time. Some of you use the saw here, I just use the elbow. I think it's faster or just as quick.
Yeah, I use the elbow as well. I think you should call the donation war exactly when you use the serum. So you have like a minute, maybe 30 seconds. Someone drop $100 now. Do it, do it, do it.
No.
Do it.
No. I mean, yes, but also no. On me. Drop it on me.
For the children. Also, we are $50 away from 75k, so we've got time to get it in, eh?
And we'll call it there. Who's winning? I don't know what I hope to achieve by doing this.
Turned around to look at no one.
And Mia has won by $110 to $39.
Oh.
So we did get more donations in for Mia.
Yay.
Thank you to all you guys who pulled together.
Oh, that means we don't have to deal with the whole boring, pointless extra fight.
So notice how Zoe just told you to use a serum on Jack, and she knows she only made 2 of them. Watch what she says about it. Actually, no. Yeah.
あと1本しかない。
残ったのは一つだけ。一人分しかないなんて。これからどうすればいいの？
Yeah, this is like sort of a moral choice, question mark, but it dictates like the choice of ending that you get. And unlike most speedruns, getting the good ending by curing Mia is actually faster.
Yeah.
So like, go figure.
Well, you have to save me.
The literal wife.
Yeah, the literal waifu. Like, It would be kind of harsh if you were married to her and you just sort of left her there like, bye.
And
Does it count as a waifu if you're actually married to her?
Yeah,
it's more of a waifu even.
yeah, it's like
I
a...
think that's just a wife, really, isn't it?
It's like just as a like a big spoiler, or like, and also to make everyone who donated for Zoe feel wrong about their choices. If you cure Zoe, she dies 2 minutes after the fact.
Literally,
Which is why it's the
immediately
bad
after.
ending, because they don't make it through the game anyway.
And you just get a completely ridiculous fight with Mia where she yells about how much you've cheated on her. Oh, no, how much she doesn't trust you or something like that.
And then she also dies.
And she she does yell about how much you've cheated on her because you picked Zoe.
Pretty much.
Which is pretty awkward.
You do get different endings out of it.
They're just not massively different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like you're making a really massive choice, but it's not. It's just
Basically a video game moral choice then.
Pretty much.
So speaking of choices, a couple of people have decided to make the choice to donate, and we have another one from ZS Snake who says, "Yo, Trance, one more time, Christian here. Put this towards Mia, cause Zoe is a stupid bitch. We will deal with her later."
Oh.
Yikes.
Is it really after dark?
Gosh.
We also have another donation from Anonymous by $15 saying, "Name intoxicated Hyena Mia is still the waifu and we need to save the frames. Also save the granny, I mean the children, although isn't that the same thing, really?"
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, very good, very
Spoilers.
good.
Spoilers, guys. We're not there yet.
Spoiling the speedrun.
Evie is significantly creepier as in Japanese. She sounds less scary in English.
Yeah, she sounds just like a normal child in English.
Whereas in this she sounds like she's gonna
She's actually gonna rip your head off.
Yeah.
And now we're a totally different character, which means our health value is actually like reset back to full. So
Yeah.
the fact that we had like damage on us earlier doesn't matter anymore.
I think everyone mutually agrees this is the worst section of the game.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very, very, very boring. This is the first time we get to see Ethan, though. I mean,
So he's blonde and he's got nice trousers.
there's only actually one section in the entire game where you see Ethan's face, and it's like for a split second. So you don't actually really know what he looks like unless you look it up. It kind of sucks.
Kind of a shame. Kind of wanted the HD of his face. So we're playing as Mia now. If you saved Zoe, you still play as Mia. Because RE7.
Because you have to.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, if saving Zoe allowed you to skip the boat section, I would save Zoe every time.
Not as bad as the boat section in Outlast 2, though. That's just like 15 minutes of sitting on a paddle.
There's a the
raft
the
section.
river where you're like, yeah. Is it anything on a boat? It's just bad. It's just bad. There's no good boat things.
That's why the whole Revelations 1 was terrible.
Resident Evil
all set on the boat.
Gaiden.
Is that that's on a boat
It's
as well?
set on a boat. Dead aim. Set on a boat. And it's bad. Oh yeah, and there was a boat in RE6 as well. And that was also bad. Boats just don't float the boat.
Ships are better.
Anyway. There's two antique coins in this section. They're in really awkward places. One of them you actually can't see unless you stand directly on top of it. It's in the big puddle of water.
I think I got like 3 antique coins in my whole run.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do another reset here. This is gonna skip the animation of falling.
Yeah, because Mia loves to be dramatic when she falls. She like gets on, like falls over,
Yeah, she gets all,
gasps, inhales sharply. It's like all very dramatic. It's just
like she stands up and then falls back over again, then puts a plaster on, then gets going.
or we can just restart and not do that.
Ah,
There's a boat in Is there a boat in RE4? Potentially.
There's everything in
there's a
RE4.
one-man boat in RE4, so we can kind
There's
of
a boss fight on a boat in
And
RE4.
then
Yeah.
the jet ski. I was just thinking of the jet ski at the end, and I was like, that's the
Oh.
worst boat.
Okay.
But that doesn't count. I suppose, yeah, the boat with the spears. Spears.
This is a lot of ladder.
It's gonna get even more ladder, so prepare yourself.
So the coin
There's
is
another
like
one.
around there in the water somewhere. You have to like directly stand on top of it, otherwise you can't see it. It was really annoying. It was the last one I had to find. It took me forever.
I didn't find it. I've been through there about 400,000 times. I probably didn't even menu.
You didn't know. I'm only pointing this out because you vocalized the thought. I'm not trying to. I'm being that guy.
So now we're playing, pretty sure this is the only VHS tape we use in the whole run.
Normally throughout the game you can collect tapes and put them in VHS players, and they take you to like past events that provide additional context for things, and they're like mini gameplay segments, whereas this one's the only one you actually need to do to beat the game. The rest are all otherwise completely optional.
It's probably the worst one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grim.
Use the machine gun at least.
And this is where we save a second, using Japanese.
Yeah, it's the only second that is saved by using Japanese, so otherwise it syncs pretty well.
This guy.
Yeah, he's got a stitch.
He's just the most annoying. I just don't know why I hate him so much. I just hate him.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much, does he?
No. He just exists to prolong cutscenes and make Mia use her Apple Watch more often.
He just exists and he dies. So no one really cares.
Does every game... That's interesting. Does every game after 3 have a boat in it? Depends if you count a submarine as a boat.
Revelations 2.
Code Veronica technically... Wait. Code Veronica doesn't have a boat. It has a submarine, but it doesn't move anywhere. It just goes up down.
It's got the Stephen Clare boat.
So you can see on the watch, you can see the time it takes, like these spoken mini cutscene things to play out. One of them, not this one, you can tell visually that it's shorter in Japanese language because it ends 1 second sooner than it does for the other languages. That's the time save. The one time save. And it might not even be a whole second.
It might be a frame.
It might be just a frame.
Kind of wondered, I'm pretty sure, isn't Spanish like fastest speaking language in general?
Maybe.
So maybe that would be,
I don't know.
maybe that would be quicker.
I don't speak Spanish.
Depends how quickly you speak it, really.
True observation.
Yep.
So yeah, we had
Can't
time
complain.
to run over to the box while the elevator was being called. This way. The circular saw. So you want to get rid of that enemy because you can't use the elevator while there's an enemy inside of it. The game just sort of won't let you. The elevator has like a sixth sense, I suppose.
Chat seems to be super worried that the guy on the couch is dead. He's not dead. He's moving, guys. He's moving.
Perfectly fine. Don't know what you're on about.
Don't worry. No panic.
I mean, he'll reanimate in a second and come after you anyway, so hopefully you got that circular saw ready.
That was bad.
That works.
Yep. If I was playing Left 4 Dead there and I went to right click to push him away.
Oh, you've been playing too much Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Dude, Left 4 Dead's strats. I should do that sometime.
Is that a thing?
That is a thing, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think I did a little bit. I did like a 2-player one with a friend, and we done Crash Course. It was awful, absolutely awful.
Well, that's inspiring. Yeah, he
Yeah.
picked up the corrosive, and there's like a few of those, and normally you use them to unlock boxes around the level that have like supplies in them. But you only need one to beat the this section at least. I think you need another one later. Yes, you did.
Yeah, pick it up when you're
So the trigger for that section is like around at the middle of like the back bit there. Once you've hit that bit, Evelyn spawns at the door and you can leave. I've heard once that shooting Evelyn makes her go away faster. I don't know how true that is. This is the cutscene that is slightly faster in Japanese because I believe it ends at 13 on JP and 14 on English.
Can you shoot Evelyn?
You can try.
I imagine it would surely be the same as shooting Grandma,
Grandma, yeah.
in that you wouldn't be able to
wrong.
even raise your gun
It's
near
14
her.
on JP and 15 on English. It's off by 1 second. No.
It's probably the most insane strat in the whole game, to be honest.
Just ignore it. You can, like, hit them, but also, if you miss, you can just sort
You
of
can
shoulder
just-
barge past them. It doesn't even
It's
matter.
fine.
past them
I'm just getting some like
anyways.
back boost momentum from firing the weapon. So another strange like mechanic in this game is if you run past an enemy as they're like spawning, they just instantly hit you, and it's possible that they can like you can go from full health to like dying dead in one hit. It's a lug wrench I pick up now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. To go through.
The thing.
The hole.
The thing that becomes a hole.
Oh, damn. I don't know what it's called.
Hatch.
Hatch. Hatch.
Maybe it's lug.
No. No, lug is the thing that you put it on to undo it. I think. I might be wrong.
Yeah, so here's a minor optimization I want to point out, because he's been doing it pretty much the entire run and I've not pointed it out. Contrary to most survival horror speedruns where you want to hit like interactable objects from literally as far away as humanly possible, this game the complete opposite is true. You want to hit them from as close to where their animation starts as possible because you spend less time having the game like snap you into position automatically. So you want to be close to it, like not necessarily too close sometimes because there's like a range where being too close will cause you to snap backwards. You have to be particular about it, and there's no golden formula for how that works. You just have to memorize it for every single interactable object in the entire game, and it eventually starts to add up to seconds in the course of a run, and therefore makes differences on the leaderboard placements. That's the kind of game and kind of speedrun Resident Evil 7 is.
That's what it turned into.
Yeah, the frame war of an hour-and-a-half long game.
Yeah.
Now we get to see Evie killing Alan from the inside out. Which is pretty great, because he's really useless.
I think it's the toilet.
He's gone. Goodbye, Alan.
Oh, he just vomited on them shoes.
Had a lot to drink. I've been seeing a lot of this sort of thing at ESA.
Yeah.
Oh, rip.
Let me tell you about
Goodbye,
drunk Spyro runners.
Alan.
Oh. Tell me later. Tell me later.
That's what you get for hitting on someone else's woman. That's it. That's the thing that I was talking about. We all have a weird theory that Mia was getting it on with Alan behind Ethan's back. Because she just disappeared for 3 years. Come on.
That is a pretty good theory. It's probably true.
It might be.
It's true.
Yeah. Alan has to have some kind of purpose.
So we shoot that guy and he blows up. Just kidding, he blows up by himself.
And now I present to you a marvel, a huge skip, the only skippable cutscene in the game.
Oh,
but
that felt good.
it's such a pretty cutscene though.
It's because it's FMV, so it's the only one the game lets you skip.
I actually used to watch that on speedruns. I didn't know I could skip it. Someone was like, "Oh, you know, you can actually skip this one." Are you nuts?
思い出したわ
I mean, I say that, it's FMV, so you can skip it. The opening one is FMV, and you still can't get rid of it.
これまでもこれからもあなたと家族になんてならないのよ
じゃあいいお前なんていらない
It's spooky to put your face in someone else's suddenly.
Back to the old ladder. I think this is the longest ladder in the game.
Still in a dream, snake eater. Bam, bam,
What the?
What is that from? I ain't got a clue.
What?
Oh my god,
you two are useless. dear.
That's unbelievable. That's shocking.
I don't know what it's from, but I was wanting the high pitched noise that just like.
Oh, that's shocking. I don't believe this.
All right,
What
you
am I
guys,
doing here?
you guys need to stop playing this and start playing Metal Gear Solid 3.
Potentially.
Probably
Probably not.
not.
Fake nerds, I agree with chat. Oh, it has its moments.
Okay, we're opening the donation incentive. Another $150 and we'll sing Snake Eater. Go.
I didn't agree to this.
I mean, you did when you started singing,
can't
basically. That hasn't stopped us so far
Oh
in this
dear.
marathon.
Oh, what the?
Yep.
Eh?
So
A
we
retry.
here. Same reasons as before.
If we're going down a ladder, do we have to sing it in reverse?
Oh god.
Yes.
No. Why?
I'll go down a ladder just for that. So now we're going to get magic door or whatever we call it, I can't remember.
I don't have a name for it for once. So
Yeah,
yeah,
got it.
that door will close on its own automatically if you don't run in, pick up the thing fast enough, and then leave.
That's not right.
I was gonna say this thread's different from what I do.
Yeah, apparently it saves a lot of time. I didn't think it did. Now we can just do this. Grab that.
Oh no.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like I'm
I
just-
don't know how we didn't think of this. This was so dumb. So now this is open, so we can climb up.
I don't know what I'm doing runs off when I get home.
Yeah, you're gonna get that world record, mate. Yeah.
What is world record out of interest?
1:29:31 by Sarthix. I think.
Yeah, I think still. It hasn't changed.
Actually, I'm asking you. I could just look it up.
I could also look it up, but I don't care.
I mean, that's what it is. Unless it's changed since yesterday.
Yeah, it's still 1:29:31. I nearly placed that, which was gonna be a big mistake.
Where did you pick that up? The bottom.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to pick it up, but didn't want to mention it, so I picked it up. I think it's where is it? When you use the lug wrench, you fall down. No, before the lug wrench, just before the lug wrench. I know I'm rusty at this game.
The game is rusty.
Game is very rusty right now.
Survival horror games in a nutshell. Shit gets rusty, all doors are locked.
Can't use like strong foot to break through.
Guys, we have just reached 75k.
Excellent.
So yeah, we had a anonymous $50 donation. Since I already kind of spoiled the game with my last donation about the whole child and granny thing, I need to redeem myself with getting up to 75k. Great run with great people on the couch. Love everything you guys are doing. Thank you very much for that donation.
Yes, thank you indeed.
No instant attack. Good. That guy can sometimes just immediately clock you around the skull for no good reason. What's this guy gonna do? Jump straight at you.
Yep,
Groovy.
he ripped me.
That was grim. That was grim.
So if that happens on a run, that's kind of like a lot of time lost if you're going for record. Like you'd be very sorry. Same with this guy. There's not much RNG.
didn't
But you can-
realize you could walk around this guy.
Barge past him. He ain't so tough.
Oh, there's a retry point here if you haven't noticed it.
私のためにやってほしいことがあるの。
リーさん
So when she says Ethan, you can retry.
Literally straight into the next
So,
cutscene.
if you had picked Zoe, that's where the extra boss fight would have been. And it's just Mia with a chainsaw again. The same as the beginning.
心配しなくていい。傷つけはしない。今までずっと自分を抑えられなかった。
Yeah, so if you save Mia, Zoe lives anyway.
したかったわけじゃない。
Choices,
Yeah.
guys.
Are they actually?
息子のルーカス
I don't know.
I think this is I'm not sure if this is entirely correct, but I think this is some sort of hive mind. Evie is technically connected to each and every one of the family through the infection, so this is like the hive mind. They can communicate with other people that are infected, which is why they can communicate with Ethan because he's still technically infected. That might not be entirely right though. I think that's what
That's
I
a good
read.
shout.
I think that's what I read. But it's entirely possible that Jack is either dead or dying, and so is Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe's just being a meme.
Zoe's probably dead. Which is sad, because I like Zoe.
It's good they put the DLC in there with the Doors DLC.
そうなったら
Yeah, if the DLC basically makes you feel like a terrible person for going along and just dismembering this family that beforehand were really nice and kind.
その後はもう全く
Got Margarite's lantern there, so she's with us in spirit. It's a shame we can't look at her skirt.
I actually, yeah, I don't know why they didn't include Marguerite in this cutscene. They obviously didn't include Lucas because Lucas has escaped.
Yeah.
But
He's in the DLC coming in spring 2017, guys.
止められるはずだ。
it's still spring somewhere, maybe.
Have they actually cancelled that, or
Alternate timeline? No, they haven't cancelled
Just
it. They've
delayed.
just delayed
Delayed
it.
indefinitely.
Continually delayed. I
Ev-
personally just can't wait, but it's okay.
can't wait for this free DLC, man?
I just wanted to see more Lucas. To be honest.
なんでこいつはお前を愛してない。私が愛させてあげる。やめて。彼に触らないで。イーサンが傷つけるのは私じゃないって言ったでしょ。彼に何かしたらどうする気？お前はママじゃない。そう言ったよね。
So Mia's actually been useful for once.
This is literally the only time in the entire game that she's nice or has any purpose. It's supposed to be really emotional here, but even the first time I played this, I was just like, alright, I'm getting out of here. See you later. Bye.
Does.
Like, she's sacrificing herself, and you're supposed to be like, oh, my wife! And I was actually just like, that's what you get for cutting my hand off.
Yeah. Like she just changed to the face that she pulled when she like dismembered your hand. Throws you for a wall and so we're kind of up to the mines now, which is the closing segment of the game. We get to swim with some fish actually, which is pretty cool.
There's fish?
There's dead fish here, so we're gonna see the like the.
That's fish?
I didn't even notice that until I started talking about fish.
I kind of thought they were rocks. This is how much attention I was
fish.
paying to the scenery.
Oh no, all the fish are dead actually. I just remembered. Yeah, all dead.
They're also all physics objects, so you can push them around.
I wonder if we'll take one with us with for the rest of the run.
I totally thought
Take
they
this
were.
one.
That they were just giant dead. His face.
That's disturbing.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that was rather strange.
So I got the grenade launcher. Normally the grenade launcher is in the house, in a particular door that would otherwise require you to go fairly out of your way to get. If you don't get it, the grenade launcher just appears at the end of the game here for you to just freely collect.
Which is I think is it the crow door that's behind?
Yes.
The crow door, so the key you get Margarite, just from Margarite.
And we do kind of need the grenade launcher to do things. It's integral to a particular skip. So we hit another one of those trigger bombs from this far off distant vantage point. You can just sort of shoot, and eventually one of them will probably hit the thing you want to hit. Maybe.
Oh, I missed that one.
Apparently. Gaming in this game is a very precise thing. That's one frame. Yeah, sometimes enemies just get up and they just immediately clock you in the skull. That's fun.
Yeah, I've run through there a couple times and gone from full health to dead, pretty much.
But you don't actually bother killing all the enemies because they'll just walk in front of the cart and get killed.
I think one of them gets taken with him.
Yeah,
he goes.
The only part of the mines that's really an issue is the I don't know what you call them, the big guys that blow up and puke on everything.
Fat dudes, I don't know if they have a name.
Fat dudes, the pukers. That's what I'm gonna call them. I don't actually. I'm sure there's a technical term for them, but I haven't looked it up yet.
Boomers, surely.
Fat molder. That's what I call it.
Boomers,
Oh,
surely.
technically it is, yeah. The puking molded.
Yeah, so while that case is very slowly, laboriously opening, he's going
We're gonna forget
bring
about
you
that because I
out.
think they're already in the inventory.
The running shoes? No.
Doesn't matter. We're gonna get the walking shoes, but it doesn't even save time, really.
Saves a very small amount of time. It's like normally while the case is opening, you run over to the box, get the walking shoes out of the box, and then during like one bit later on where you're crouching through a hole, the walking shoes will make you... The walking shoes, true to the name, a New Game Plus item that makes you walk faster, which is not as useful as it sounds for a speedrun because we do not generally spend a lot of time walking in a speedrun for reasons that I should hope are fairly obvious. But when you're crouching is classed as a kind of walk by the game for some reason, so you crouch walk faster. So it's faster for crouching sections like this bit, and it's like, it's a very slight increase. It's imperceptible, but definitely exists. Like you will save, if you put them side by side, you definitely save time.
I think on the whole run it saved like 10 seconds. Like before, like no one had the walking shoes unlocked. I think they're a little bit of a pain to get. And then people started to unlock them and then we realised that it saved quite a lot of time on the run.
Okay, so you see how that enemy just spawned like next to him? This is the restart warp here is funny because he gains more speed here, just like this one. It resets his speed back to a normal level. As a result of that though, it completely buggers up the spawns. They're no longer in the right place. You're moving too fast. So they don't appear in the right places. That first guy's supposed to spawn in front of you. Instead he spawned pretty much as he was already passing him. And it goes the same here, he's too early. These two will spawn before they can even really be hit. They can't be hurt until they're already like upright, I think. Or maybe not. That worked.
So this is the bit I was saying about. This is really where you can be a little bit of a pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah. So you want to get up that ladder, but obviously if you try and climb the ladder without doing anything to those two, they puke at you, and then you fall off, and then you go slow.
It is somewhat possible you get halfway up the ladder and they can vomit on you, and you just had to drop back down to the bottom and then have to climb up again. And
So you place a no around between the two of them, which stuns them for long enough for you to haul ass up the ladder and go.
that didn't happen, so that's good. And this is pretty much.
You can even accomplish the same type of skip on knife only, and the strat for that is honestly extremely clever. You pretty much bait them into getting stuck on the scenery.
This is my favorite bit of Resident Evil 7, I think, is the end bit.
Yes, I'd agree.
It's pretty clever. It's just everything that has happened, and it's, yeah.
And we've carried this trigger bomb all the way from the boat section.
There's
here.
the only time you'll ever see Ethan's face. it's pretty hard to see because of all the fog and stuff, obviously, but they actually made him a face just for that one bit.
Spooky flashback effect. Grayscale is good for remembering.
Is this remote bomb that we've carried with us the whole run we're going to use for... It's... I save like, what, a second?
Damage boost.
Use it to like boost yourself into Eevee. It's possible that you can just like block it and then run into it, but no one knows how to get it consistently.
Yeah.
You can try like doing it but like the last frames and still just doesn't work sometimes.
So we instead surf an explosion to do it instead because that works more consistently. It's also probably just faster.
In before it doesn't work.
I believe in you.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. I was about to go put the fuse back in then.
The first time I played this, I actually wasted so much ammo shooting Mia here because I was like, oh my god. She's going out with a chainsaw. And actually, if you shoot her, it does absolutely nothing.
Alright. That didn't work.
You didn't take the damage from the bomb. Just took damage from being hit by the wave. So normally you're supposed to like surf the explosion of that and go straight into her, and if you get hit at the same time, the camera kind of freaks out and goes in whatever direction. He got hit by the wave and the bomb, but for some reason it looked like only the wave counted.
I think I pressed it too late and then the wave... Well, the bomb did go off.
Now you guys know why we couldn't shoot Grandma or stab Grandma. This is why. If you didn't know anyway.
Yeah, just kind of like melts. Maybe it's Alan.
Post your crackpot theories now in chat.
I think this is the best boss though in any Resident Evil game.
I hate this strat even though it never ever fails, like it's literally 100% consistent, because normally it's a giant face. If you touch the giant face, she eats you and you die.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
I've literally never seen that happen.
Exactly, it doesn't happen. If you do this, if you just walk up to her and saw her in the face, you don't die. I just hate doing it because I know if you touch it, you die.
I read
It's
about
grim,
it.
isn't it?
I read about it when I was playing it casually, and I was like, "That's not a thing."
It happens.
and it never happened.
In fact, knife-only runs as well have to use the regular knife at the end and not the survival knife that you pick up in the boat, because the survival knife, whether by design or by bug, doesn't hurt the final boss.
Really?
Yeah, really. True say.
It's where we get the actual real Alba. Because what we've been carrying around is replica Alba. Which just fires handgun rounds.
Yeah, so we're not actually going to shoot this boss.
Makes no difference. Not yet, at least.
Scripting for you guys. So any bullets that we would have shot at it before would have made literally no difference. I'm just gonna saw the fingertips and go screaming and feels like it's dying. Ethan doesn't die from that fall, by the way. And here was another Albert. This one has 9 bullets though, so it should use this during the run.
And this time it's not being canyon.
And yeah, that was pretty much Resident Evil 7.
And that's the run. When do you call time when you do this? We've got a button. Yeah, that works. Just hit it. So
Yeah, well,
fade out.
And that's it, pretty much.
Resident Evil 7, everyone.
Thank you very much. That run was was very poor. Very, very poor.
But
Very,
you
very
used to
rusty.
think of the time.
Don't worry about it. What's in-game time? Let's see. I want to see.
It's awful. I don't want to see it, to be
Probably,
honest.
but I'm excited.
He looks so sad, so he's like, I want to see.
I want to see.
I think we all want to know.
No.
It's important to me.
fine. I mean,
It's-
I'll
it's
flash it
in-
for a second, then I'll get rid of it.
It's important to everyone.
Not bad.
Oi.
Oh, not terrible. And this is the DLC that's coming out in spring, guys, 2017.
Hey!
Screen's still there.
Yep.
They really should have
Oh my
changed
Coming
that by
soon.
now.
It plays at the end of every single run, so no one ever gets to forget.
That's so awkward.
Coming soon.
So awkward.
Spring 2017.
Yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the donations, and yeah, hopefully stick around and see some other streams.
Also, thank you for playing.
No worries.
Enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you very much, guys. Okay.
That was great. Thank you very much for doing that. Look, you helped carry me. So did you. I tried. Why does it say any percent? Because. Well, your game. It's fast. Basically, I wanted to be a mod on Speedruns.com, but then some other like randoms got it, and then they were like, "Oh, let's make NG plus stuff for full." And yeah, it's really stupid, but that's just what we run. I disagree with it as well. For what it's worth, new game is now default. I don't think there's a speed.
I'm glad that you came up earlier.
Yeah, I saw that Patske announced it on the Discord that ukulele was
Moved.
yeah, so figured it would be coming up earlier.
So what's the next round, guys? We've got another PC game. I remember the Origami, I think.
Yeah, origami.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So how long is that? Like 20 minutes?
It's 15.
Well, 10 is including setup.
Yeah, with setup. I mean, whatever. This is fine. Yeah. This is fine. This will do. I like these earmuffs. Oh, thanks.
Okay, that should be...
Should I use?
You've got any headset you want. You want. Can I get the one that's time will be on the red button. Yeah, and green is start. Okay, just straight. You want me to have it? Or you want to have the button? Or
You can have it.
I log into Steam and then need to do one thing.
Yeah, okay.
And welcome back to ESA 2017. Coming up, we've got Origami, the 3D stealth game. That'll be being run by Jan Murik, and we already have a crowd gathering. While we're just getting set up for that, in the meantime, we have Trance, who has just ran.
Is that?
Hello, just ran Resident Evil 7. So
no, but I'd prefer to use
how
it.
do you?
I mean, there's
If
that
it-
one there.
Yeah,
Okay with that one.
prefer that one
Yeah.
if it's possible. Oh, it's just not.
Yeah,
Try now.
it was. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, the run was pretty poor, to be honest. I forgot the aux actually. That cost me like a minute and a half. Missed quite a lot of shots. Yeah, it was a bit of a disaster, but hey, when you run three runs in a marathon, you got a lot to prepare for. So
There was a lot of people talking in the chat that was sort of like, I wouldn't say complaining, but pointing out the New Game Plus. Have you ever also done like non-New Game, like
yeah, I've
first
done
play?
that. So the game came out and I was running new game. I was like I was beating the NG Plus times like on new game, But the mods on the leaderboards decided to make it like NG Plus as default. So that kind of just became the main meme, which is kind of unfortunate because New Game was like very fun.
Good.
Yeah, that's basically the reason.
So why did you go for? Well, you personally went for New Game Plus when you submitted instead of New Game.
Feels a bit cramped. But
Well, I kind of like the New Game was the more fun one, but the competition was all in the NG Plus, and a lot of the like Kotaku articles are being written on all these people, so I kind of just like jumped on the trend afterwards.
Like when we were having the Twitch chat on, you were talking a lot about the Code Veronica X that you also run. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that? Because it's also one of my favorite Resident Evil games in the series. I love Code Veronica X.
Yeah, it's personally my favorite Resident Evil game. It's very underrun. It's pretty optimized. Definitely takes the most skill out of all the Resident Evil games. I think. Not much RNG. It's a fun run. It's quite spaced out as well.
We also had Bid War yesterday that I actually created about the favorite Resident Evil waifu. What is your favorite? If you had to pick between, because we had 3 that we took yesterday, and that was Ada, Claire, and Jill.
Who would I pick?
Yeah.
Probably none of them, to be honest.
Well, if you had to.
None of them.
Oh my god.
What about in the whole series?
None of them either, to be honest. Not my type.
What? Not even Jill?
No.
Oh my god.
Each to his own. I'm not surprised. I'd find it very hard to force to be choose one of those myself.
Well, who would you go for then?
Maybe Jill? I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, I probably would choose rather than not choose. But I can completely see why you wouldn't choose one at all. So, yeah.
Yeah, just not for me, to be honest.
A little bit interested because Resident Evil is a very classic series itself, but we also have one series that's kind of similar to Resident Evil, but still not the zombie era, which is the Silent Hill. Have you played or run any of that?
I ran Silent Hill 3. I was horrendous at it, so I stopped. I played 2 when I was a kid. That was pretty good, but I wouldn't run it because the RNG is ridiculous. And Punchy's actually got a run coming up soon on the second stream, who is co-commentating me on RE7.
Oh my god, so you mean they're soon today or tomorrow?
I don't know when it is, to be honest, but it's coming up soon, so make sure you watch it.
Which Silent Hill?
The first one.
Oh my god, I have to go and watch that. I love Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
So many good games, so little time.
So for you, what have been your highlights of ESA? Are there any particular things you're looking forward to as well, or runs you're looking forward to?
I haven't really watched too many runs, to be honest. I've kind of just been going around the area and doing stuff with friends, and yeah, just kind of relaxing. Trying to do a little bit of preparation for the runs, getting quite nervous, but once you get the first one out of the way, it's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And have you done your other runs, or you still got some?
Yeah, all my runs are done now, so I'm
just free to relax
mode
then
for
the
me
rest
now,
of it.
yeah.
Cool. This is your first ESA, or?
Yeah, first ESA. Kind of glad I came. We decided like 8 months. I think when RE7 first came out, we was like, oh, we're all gonna go. So we booked it all in advance. It was good.
You sound a little bit British though on your accent.
Yeah, my descendants are like Irish, but I've picked up the British accent.
Well, I was just curious because since we were talking about Silent Hill, a dear friend of mine, T-Dog, is Silent Hill runner.
Yeah.
Maybe you remember him?
I've seen him. I have never spoken to him though.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
No. We've never conversed. Unfortunately. No worries.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's been really great to get to know you a bit better as well,
Yeah.
outside of the run.
Pretty strange. I think I saw you on ESA maybe last year or the year before, or maybe another marathon event. It's kind of strange to see you in person.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm always here at ESA every year.
Just thought I'd say that.
I guess like a small introduction for us to them before that is going ready as
very
well.
quickly. I'm RoboSparkle.
I'm Kirstals, also aka Pink Fluffy Unicorn TV, that sometimes is in the chat trying to help you donate a little bit more.
This has been Trance, and we are ready for our next run. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you too.
Okay. I think they can press it as well. Sorry? I think they can press it as well.
Yeah, so when the next run is happening, they have to press the button.
Okay.
Okay.
I still don't have game audio, just so you know, but
I still hear the 8-bit game.
I mean, that's I guess that's fine. Okay, now I can hear the game. Thanks.
I don't, but it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Oh, now, yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Thanks. So yeah, hi. I'm Jan Numrick, and this is Havard, and this game is Aragami. Quick little thing before we start the run. Yeah, just this is a stealth game, and it's going to be very, very intense. Very fast going through all the levels. So we have a blink ability and a shadow creation ability that we will be using throughout the run, and
Optimizing mana and when you blink is going to be very important for Jen to go through the levels as fast as possible, not getting hit, not getting noticed.
yeah. So yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
So story stuff.